At 3:30, we got number 15, NC State, who's 5-1. Shoving number 18, Syracuse, who's 5-0. Syracuse favored 3.5 points on the ACC network. I think what's going to be really fascinating about this football game is Devin Leary's status. Devin Leary got knocked out in the second half against Florida State, and they really weren't able to have much of an offense without him against the Seminoles. Remember, the only reason really NC State eked by the Seminoles last week is because of the weirdest, dumbest play call I think I've seen in a while by Mike Norvell to call that play near the end of the game when you're already in field goal range for a win. I think that's a weird, bad decision, but NC State, the Wolfpack, ekes by and stays in playoff contention. But Devin Leary so far this year has gone 118 and 193, thrown for 1,265 yards, 11 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Demi Sumo Kongbe has had 52 carries on the ground for 299 yards and 3 touchdowns. And Thayer, I hardly know her, Thomas has had 24 catches for 301 yards and 2 touchdowns. Garrett Schrader, I hardly know her, for Syracuse, has gone 90 and 127, thrown for 1,224 yards, 10 touchdowns, 1 interception. Sean Tucker, I hardly know her, has had 110 carries for 546 yards and 5 touchdowns. And Orrin Gadsden, the second, has had 23 catches for 366 yards and 3 touchdowns. Syracuse NC State leads the series all-time weirdly in a 13-2. Cuse has only beaten the Wolfpack twice. Last 3 games have gone to NC State, ranging from 2019 to 2021. Last Syracuse win was in that great 2018 season they had. And that was the last time they won at home as well, against NC State. I think this game has the possibility of being very interesting. I think this weekend has the possibility of being very interesting just because there's so many great opportunities to knock off undefeated football teams. Obviously, there's 3 games, the Penn State-Michigan game, Alabama-Tennessee game, Okie State-TCU game, where 3 teams will be knocked down to 1 loss. Undefeated teams will lose, but Auburn has a good chance of upsetting Ole Miss and sending them down a loss. Old Dominion has a chance of beating Coastal Carolina, giving them their first loss. And NC State has a good chance of beating the Cuse for their first loss. FSU has a good chance of beating Clemson for their first loss. And Utah has a great chance of beating USC for their first loss. There's a lot of great chances this weekend to see teams' first losses. I think this game has the possibility of being very interesting, and it all hinges, in my opinion, on whether Devin Leary plays. Devin Leary has been the heart and soul of this offense for the Wolfpack, and he's a pretty huge factor in it. Obviously, you saw the second half of last weekend where they couldn't move the ball at all, really, without Devin Leary. The Cuse is 5-0, and they need this victory, right? Because next weekend they play Clemson. They still have a tough schedule to go down the stretch. You still have to play FSU. You still have to play Wake Forest. And obviously, NC State and Clemson are coming up. Those are 4 very tough football games that you still have on your schedule. I think this game has the possibility of being really close. I'm going to give it this game to Devin Leary on the road if he plays. Give me Devin Leary and the Wolfpack to win and pull off the upset on the road.